Hey guys, and thanks for checking out my channel, Type 1 Strong. Please hit the subscribe button so you'll be notified of future videos that I release. So today I wanted to give a quick review on the Medtronic MiniMed 670G, which I just received a few days ago. Here it is. If you have the 630, you know that it's a very similar design. There's a few differences, like the graph buttons here now, here, and at the top you see that there are different calibration icons. There's a transmitter or sensor signal strength icon. It's changed a little bit. Then your insulin and battery levels. Also, you have underneath where currently I'm 126. Underneath your sensor glucose reading, there is a little symbol. That is your suspend before low symbol to let you know that it's activated. If you are in suspend before low, it'll start blinking and you'll get a notification that you are suspended. The suspend before low feature is a really great feature. In the 630, I ended up turning off suspend on low for really two reasons. One was the sensors of the 630 were very inaccurate for me, and I had a terrible experience with them. And because of that, which is number two, most of the time my pump would suspend, I wouldn't be low. I might be 100, might be 120. There were times when I was 150 and my pump thought I was 60 or 50. And when that happens overnight, as you know, you would wake up very high. So I ended up turning that feature on, and I didn't want to turn on the feature on this pump because of my previous experience. When I went to training, the trainer said you should really try the suspend before low because it'll get you ready for auto mode. So I turned it on, and let me tell you, if there was no auto mode on this insulin pump, and it was just the pump and the sensor in manual mode like I am now, I would be completely happy. My glucose readings have been amazing. If my glucose starts trending low, the sensor and pump, will communicate, suspend my blood sugar, and as soon as it starts rising or recovering, the insulin pump will begin resuming. It's amazing. The one thing to note is if you are on the 670 or are planning on getting it or waiting to get it, when you are in suspend before low and you reach a low, you need to take half of the normal carbohydrates you would to recover. So they recommend about 8 grams of carbohydrates because you're not getting any insulin, or you didn't get any insulin for however many minutes or hours, up to 2, I believe. So your blood sugar will end up rebounding and you'll go high. Then you'll give insulin and you'll go low. So it'll be like a ping pong effect, like I'm sure we've all experienced before. So yeah, the suspend before low feature is probably one of my favorite features. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not in auto mode, it's because Medtronic, and this makes sense, they want you to wait a full week or be in manual mode for a full week so that your insulin pump has a week's worth of data to use in its algorithm when you're in auto mode. So if you wanted to, and what they did in the beginning was you put your sensor on, you're supposed to wait 48 hours, and then after 48 hours, your pump is ready to go into auto mode. So if I wanted to go to auto mode right now, I could. But people were getting terrible results in auto mode because your pump only had 2 days worth of data, and maybe the data wasn't as reliable as 7 days worth. So I'm holding off in auto mode, and on Wednesday, I'll be in auto mode. The trainer's going to call. We're going to go in auto mode over the phone. So, like I said, I was excited for auto mode, but I've had such a great experience in manual mode that if I didn't have to go into auto mode, I wouldn't really mind. My blood sugars have been really, really amazing. And it's thanks to the new sensor. The sensors are not even in the same ballpark as the 630 sensors. I mean, there's so much technology built into these sensors that keep the glucose sensors or the sensor glucose numbers in range with your regular finger prick glucose levels. So the one thing which might happen, which I haven't experienced yet, but your sensors might require you to calibrate a little more, or might ask you to based on your readings. And that's the way of the sensor making sure that it's doing its job, which is a good feature because the 630 sensors that I've had, experience with were not okay, and they should have had that technology. But I just want to go ahead and say that this is great. I'm loving it so far, and I should be doing another review in auto mode after a few days to see how that goes. But before I go, I want to give you a quick shot. So here's the graph. Press the graph button. So here's the graph, and you get your same graphs as you did over 630. Your 3, your 6, your 12, and so on. And those bars are just like on the 630 when it went into suspend on low. Those are my suspend before low. And you can see that I dip that line. I don't know if you can see the line where it dips on the bottom. That is my defaulted low of 70, or my alert. You can see that it doesn't even really reach it. Let's see if I can scroll over. So you can get each sensor glucose reading along the way here. And I don't know if you can see, if you plug in a calibration or a blood glucose level, it gives you a little symbol of when you did it, and it'll tell you when you scroll by it. But see, the lowest I got here was 85. So 85. It hit 85. It suspended before that, obviously, and then began moving up, and then resumed. Now, you can say that I kind of rebounded. I might have eaten something there, which is why that blood glucose reading is there, and why I gave another one. But you can see that after the second blood glucose reading, I began to trend back down. So there's a 3, 6, 12, and I believe that's 24. And you can see that I'm well in between my highs and lows. There's a lot of suspend before lows, but the way I look at it, it's the way of the pump keeping you in control. I might need to think about decreasing my basal or setting up a new basal, but we'll see how it goes in auto mode. Oh, and at the bottom there, you can see if you bolus for meals, that's supposed to be a fork and a knife. It's hard to see on the screen, but so yeah, so that's my review of the Medtronic 670G. Again, if you don't have this pump, I highly recommend you getting it. Or if you, I'm sure you're probably in priority access, so you're just waiting on it. But I am thrilled so far. So in a few days, I'll give my review of the insulin pump of the 670 in auto mode. And please subscribe so that you know when I release some new videos. All right, thanks. Until next time.